In this video, I'm going to share why your nervous system is actually the engine for manifestation. If your manifestations are plateauing or stalling, it's not your mindset and thoughts alone, it's your nervous system. So I'm going to tell you 3 stories about how the nervous system can sneakily get in the way of manifestation. I have a story of one person who wanted to start an art career. He was still in school. He's working through memories with his father, where his father said to him, like, you're never going to get anywhere without me. And all the stuff was coming up for him in the background with his business as he was trying to build his art career, posting on social media. This was buzzing in the background energetically. So he does healing work on these parts of himself, and it takes him about 15 months. He listens to all the parts of him, all the emotions in his body that arises every time he posts, every time he makes a new piece of art, every time he thinks about money. And over 15 months, he gets to this place where finally he is completely neutral when he thinks about money and selling his art. And as soon as he reaches that place of neutrality, his social media post goes viral. And that's when sales start coming in because he already has a basic shop set up. And it's not just one and done. As he hits new levels of, okay, now I made $500, now I made $1,000, now I made $5,000. Each one brought fresh waves of new parts that were holding dysregulation and attachment wounds, and they were all needing to be heard. So as he was moving forward with his goal, he kept clearing and clearing out, and now he has a 6-figure business within 2 years, and he's thriving, and all these things are no longer an issue. Story number 2, there was a guy I was working with who did not realize until we started doing sessions around money that he had made a decision that he could not surpass his dad or his older brother. He had not consciously made this decision. It was made a really long time ago when he was 8 years old and he was in school, and his brother kept doing better than him in school. So he had this belief, like, my brother always does better than me. I can't go further than my brother, because he was 2 years younger than his brother. Once we found the memory and we unburdened and released it, then he said to himself, oh, I can surpass. There was some sort of like hopeless defeat that he just couldn't, because that's how he felt when he was 8 years old. So as soon as he did this, he got another job that was making a huge increase in income than what he had previously. And then 8 months after that, he got another job, and he ended up doubling his salary within the span of a year, all because he cleared this belief that he had held as true. 95% of our energy is coming from our subconscious, and thus from our nervous system. After releasing this, he was then able to attract and see and go for opportunities that were much larger than what he had before. Some people don't want to see their fears, but it's actually way more important to see your fears to get really crystal clear on what exactly am I afraid of? Because once you get the clear truth on what is actually going on in your system, then with your consciousness, we can actually start to heal it. When it's kind of fuzzy and unknown, or it's deep in the subconscious, we can't really do as much about it. Our systems are designed to heal. Just like our body can heal cuts, we can unburden and clear so much in our nervous system. I mean, with the bigger cuts, you need stitches or something, right? So with bigger topics and complex PTSD, we need someone who can come in with strong self-energy, grounded, sturdy, compassionate, and curious, without agenda. But our consciousness and our nervous system can heal. It's designed to heal. Story number 3, I had another client, couldn't find a job for 9 months. He had just finished this training camp, learning this technical skill, could not find a job. I said, let's go into your internal world. And 1 month later, he gets a job. Almost a year later, he then joins this startup. He comes as a co-founder. And what happens is it grows to be this multi-million-dollar business, but then he gets pushed out, which is exactly what happened in his childhood with his family. And so he left home at a very early age. So this is what I'm talking about. Our subconscious and our nervous system will keep us in places that are not what we want, but it's familiar. And that's why we need to know what's in there, what's going on behind there. And then we can unburden and we can create a new reality. What I've personally noticed from watching clients and from being on my own experience is we can change things from the past, but it's like swimming upstream against the current. It just takes so much more effort. And when we clear this stuff out, all of a sudden, like, choop, you're able to just manifest things in no time that you weren't able to do before. So you all have your own unique version, your own unique story. But the point is that our attachment wounds, our personal traumas, our inherited ancestral trauma, all of it plays a role in what we manifest in our lives. I read the book, Parallel Universes of Self, by Frederick Dodson. He shares 5 levels for shifting manifestation. Behavior and actions is the least powerful. It's the literal construction on the ground. Emotions and feelings are the builder's energy that animates the plan. Again, it's one level up, but not the most powerful. Your beliefs and thoughts create specific blueprints derived from that model. Number 2, reality models and your core beliefs, your big picture model of how reality works. But the most powerful is your identity, the architect, who you are being that shapes the entire project. You can do trauma work forever, but I targeted one specific aspect of my identity after reading this book and realizing how important identity was. I wanted to start a YouTube channel and share all the things that I had learned to truly be helpful to the world, make a difference. And the first part of that was being able to public speak. I could not get in front of a camera, let alone other people, without still shaking. So I made one goal for myself. I signed up for a moth storytelling competition. I picked that one aspect of my identity. I gave myself 4 months and started getting twice weekly healing sessions the whole way through. I joined a meetup group and I was shaking in front of them. I targeted that. The shaking and the nervous racing heart stopped. But then as the competition approached, 2 months before, I got tension headaches every single day for 4 weeks. At first, I didn't think anything of it, but then after the 4th week, I thought, I can't keep taking ibuprofen like this. Something else must be going on. There is a mind-body connection. So I asked my practitioner to help me look at what's going on, and I found out that a part of me was terrified and my nervous system was acting up, giving me tension headaches so I couldn't get out there. So I had 2 or 3 sessions on it and the headaches dissipated. And so I still kept moving forward. Then about 2 weeks before the moth, I had to memorize my script. And I started having emotional meltdowns. I started feeling like unworthy, not good enough. I had multiple sessions that cleared that out. And then finally the day of it happened. And I had been doing my manifestation work the whole way, envisioning myself calmly telling the story with confidence and winning on my first try. So the day I went there, I was called up as number 9th. And my heart started pounding and I thought, oh shit, like all this trauma healing work, oh my gosh, I'm starting to shake and my heart is pounding. But then after I got onto the stage, it all quieted down, just like I had envisioned in my meditations. I delivered my story with so much calm and ease, not a single shake in my voice, and I ended up winning that night. So the whole point is the most effective way to change your identity one piece at a time. My identity had forever changed. I now had evidence that I could do this. It was a completely new experience. I've now since done this repeatedly with myself and clients, targeting one aspect of your identity at a time. Gotta keep meditating and scripting, vision boarding, whatever it is you like to do, but you have to invest your attention in constantly seeing that wish fulfilled now. All this stuff will amplify your life force, create the radio signal that you really want to actually draw in what you're desiring. And that's how you navigate your nervous system to actually serve you as the engine of your creations.